As y'all saw the intro ran, this is a basketball sports related episode. Now, I couldn't believe the disrespect ESPN did to the top 10 greatest NBA players of all time. I just couldn't believe the list. I mean, the players they have in there is similar to my own list. I would have those players in there. First off, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, Gigi Bryant, her friends and her friend's parents, and the pilot that died in that tragic crash that happened a few months ago. I'm gonna give me 8 seconds for that one. Can't believe I can get through that now without crying, but that's crazy that they did not have Kobe Bean Bryant in the top 5. First off, that's the closest thing to Michael Jeffrey Jordan we will ever get, ever. I'm going to give y'all my top 10, and I'm going to compare it to their top 10, just to show y'all a little side by side. I mean, no one asked for my top 10. That's cool if y'all don't care, but yeah, I hope y'all still watch it. You know, comment below what y'all top 10 is, or if any problems you have with mine, or what you like about mine. Anyways, thanks for viewing. We're about to jump into the video. First off, if you have not seen it, here's the picture that they posted. Look at that. Look at that there. No Bean in the top 5. They have Kobe Bean Bryant at number 9. Disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I mean, in my list, like I said, my top 10, my 10 players are similar to their 10 players. Everyone but one in my list. The one I picked to be in my top 10 is going to be controversial. I don't care. That man's a hooper. And I promise you no one can stop that man. And that man still got some years left. That's why he's ranked a little lower. But he's going to be a top 10 player for sure. Before I start my honorable mentions, these people were hard to not put in the top 10. And I feel bad, but I had to do it. It's Tim Duncan, which is on their top 10. I mean, he was a monster. What can you say? The big fundamental? That's tough. That's tough for me having to leave him out the top 10. My second honorable mention was Oscar Robertson. The big O. The triple-double machine. He was a problem. That was hard leaving him out the top 10. And then the third one was Jerry West. The logo, I had to leave him out too. I mean, it had to be, unfortunately. As my list goes, let's start with number 10. For me, it's Bill Russell. Now, I know you can say he missed the 11 championships. And you're like, you're putting that at number 10? I don't know. I had to put him at number 10. I mean, I think he's better than my honorable mentions. And out of respect to the game, I had to put, that man had to be in my top 10. He had to be. But to me, he's not better than these other 9 players to me. In my own opinion. I mean, the number 10 in there's probably Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq will mess Bill Russell up. I can't lie. I can't lie. So, Bill Russell has to be number 10 for me. At number 9, Kevin Durant. And that's my controversial one right there. I mean, KD is a bucket. He can do it all. He's 6'10". He can do whatever you need him to do. That man is a problem. He is going to go down as a top 10 player. I just already have him in my top 10 because he's a monster. I have no bias towards him. Anyone that knows me know my favorite player is Derrick Rose. You don't see him in this list. Kevin Durant's a monster. He's a top 10 player. For real, for real. Their number 9 was Kobe Bryant. I'm not even going to get into that. That's disrespectful, ESPN. I can't believe y'all did that. At number 8, I have Wilt the Steel. Why is he number 8? I don't know. I mean, the 7 other players, obviously, I think is better than him. But Wilt was a legend. But a lot of his stats are lost. The Wilt Chamberlain stuff couldn't have been fabricated. Man was 7'1". They said he could bench press 500 pounds. Like, come on, folks. 500? They said his vert was out this world. Like, come on now. I mean, he might have been. He might have been that amazing athlete that they say he was. I don't know. They're missing a lot of stuff from his, so he has to go in at number 8. I thought he was a better player than Bill Russell and Kevin Durant, but he has to go in at number 8 for me. Number 8 for them was Tim Duncan. I don't think he's better than Kobe Bryant or Shaq. Obviously, he's not on my top 10 list, but it hurt me. But Timmy D is tough. He can arguably top 10. Arguably best power forward of all time. But he doesn't cut the list for me. At number 7, we have agreed. Me and ESPN, I called him up. I was like, yo, ESPN.
Hello, what's that? Number 7, Larry Bird.
Number 7, Larry Bird. Bet. Anybody that watches basketball know Larry Bird was a bad man. That was a bad man. He was really good. People always talk about Magic. Larry Bird was a bad man. If you really know basketball and study basketball, Larry Bird was a bad man, dude. He edges out Kevin Durant slightly. Like, ever so slightly. But Larry Bird, number 7, bad man. Bad man. At number 6, I have my man, Shaquille O'Neal. Why would y'all think putting Shaq 6. I mean, some might say it's disrespectful, but ESPN had him at 10. Like, come on, bro. ESPN got at 6, Wilt Chamberlain. I think Shaq is the second, arguably the best center, but for me in this list, he's second best center of all time. Like, who could stop Shaq? He's too big. He's too strong. You can't do nothing with him in the post. But I have Shaq at 6. They have Wilt Distilled at 6. At number 5, cracking the top 5, the second greatest Laker of all time, Magic Johnson, is number 5. That man's Goaty. Greatest point guard of all time. He's great. For those that even speak Larry Bird, you can't speak Larry Bird's name without mentioning Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was that guy in his time. He was a problem in the 80s. You could not do nothing with him. At their number 5, they had Magic Johnson as well. So, I mean, we called him up, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, ESPN. Yeah. Magic Johnson number 5? Magic Johnson number 5. So then after that, we move on to number 4. My number 4 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Best center of all time. Scoring champ. Has the most points in NBA history. I have to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And you say, even though I said Magic's second greatest, like, I mean, he spent his whole career there as a Laker. I mean, Kareem put on the uniform, but he wasn't there as long as Magic. And he did work as a Laker. But I mean, like, you will always be a Laker legend. I mean, his jersey's in the Raptor. But Kareem is number 4 for me. ESPN's number 4 was Bill Russell. You already know how I feel about that. Bill Russell's not better than Wilt Chamberlain or Shaq to me. So that's why I couldn't put Bill Russell there. Number 3, the man that is defying father time. And my top 10 list, my number 3 entry is LeBron James. King James. He has to be up there, dog. He's goaty, bro. He's so good. He's goaty. I don't think he's caught these other 2 yet. I mean, he only got a couple good years left. But I think arguably 2 or 3. A lot of people have him at their number 1. I mean, that's completely up to you. Whatever. I mean, this is a personal list for me. I mean, you have your own personal list. You rank people how you want to rank people. Bron is number 3 for me. Yeah, I could say I'm ranking him too high. I'm being disrespectful. No, Bron's number 3. It's just because of the 2 people in front of him. He has to be number 3. But Bron's cold. Mount Rushmore, he should be on all of them. Greatest of all time, he should be in all the conversations. LeBron is a monster. Their number 3 was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Respectable, I can't argue with that. My number 2, if they say that bald-headed man that played in Chicago was the best player of all time, why not have his carbon copy as the number 2 player of all time? And my number 2 is Kobe Bean Bryant. He was, my generation, I'm born in 96. So I'm saying I grew up watching Kobe Bryant. I wasn't always the greatest Laker fan, because I always wanted to be opposite of my brother. My brother was a big Lakers fan. He was a big Kobe fan. But regardless, I respected that man, Kobe Bryant. He's the second best player of all time. He was my Michael Jordan. Watching him play was like poetry in motion. It was amazing watching Kobe Bryant play. He was just that good. Number 2, they picked LeBron. I don't think LeBron surpassed Kobe. The greatest player of all time, in my opinion, and ESPN's opinion, is Michael Jordan. So if Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, the next closest thing to him, which was Kobe Bryant, who did almost everything Michael Jordan did. That's why Kobe's number 2. But Mike's the greatest player of all. I mean, y'all seen The Last Dance. I don't have to say more. I mean, Michael Jordan was a problem. He was a problem. That he was. Babe. Yeah. Michael Jordan was a problem. She don't even watch basketball. The man was too good, bro. And I agree with people saying, some people, they said if he played in today's NBA, he would average 30 plus. He'd be on his James Harden, bro. He would average about 30 plus. Like, imagine all the calls James Harden get. Now, Michael would get the same thing. So I would imagine about between 30 to 36 points per game if he played today, honestly. Channing Frye talking about he wouldn't average all that because all he did was score. Are you crazy, man? Are you crazy? Did you look up this man's stats? Did you even look at his accolades? You ain't got to watch him play. Just look up his stats and his accolades. This man was a defensive player of the year.
Did you hear? Defensive player of the year.
That man was on multiple first team all defense. Like, what? That man clamped folks. Just like Kobe clamped folks. He clamped people. Y'all may not agree with his leadership skills, but Michael Jordan got the job done. He was doing it just to push you so they could win, so y'all could win. And that's how Kobe did it. He pushed you so y'all could win. He wasn't the nicest teammate, but he had to do what he had to do to bring the best out of you. And that's what Mike did. And you're gonna say people wouldn't want to play with him. Why wouldn't you want to play with the GOAT? People wanted to play with Kobe. That's my top 10 again. I'm gonna run through them. You know, number 10, I had my man Bill Russell. At number 9, I had Kevin Durant. At number 8, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 7, Larry Bird. At number 6, I had Shaquille O'Neal. At number 5, I had Magic Johnson. At number 4, I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At 3, I had LeBron. At 2, I had Kobe Bean. Rest in peace to Kobe Bean. And at number 1, I had the greatest player of all time, the legend, Michael Jordan. Alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all listening to my top 10. Again, no one asked for it. Are you sure no one asked for it? Hey, Cook.
So why you got me do this list that nobody asked for? You know what I'm saying? You got me looking silly out here. You're fired. You're fired.
Anyways, y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace and love, y'all.